at Classe amricaine. Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web. The Old Man and the Gun. The Old Man and the Gun. The Company You Keep. Released 2012, directed by Robert Redford. Truth. Released 2015, directed by James Vanderbilt. More Truth 36 of 44. The best movies about business. Women 39 of 46. The best Elizabeth Moss movies. Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Little Fauss and Big Halsy. Released 1970, directed by Sidney J. Fury. Our Souls at Night. Directed by British veteran. Indecent Proposal. Indecent Proposal. A Walk in the Woods. Released 2015, directed by Ken Kwappies. The Hot Rod. Released 1972, directed by Peter Yates. The Legend of Bagger Vance. Released 2000, directed by Robert Redford. More The Legend of Bagger Vance. 21 of 145, the most inspirational sports movies. 83 of 172, the best sports movies ever made. 42 of 57, the best sports romance movies. Situation hopeless, but not serious. Released 1965, directed by Gottfried Reinhardt. Legal Eagles. Released 1986, directed by Ivan Reitman. More Legal Eagles. 257 of 314, the funniest 80s movies. 1015 of 1137, the absolute funniest movies of all time. 79 of 100, the best courtroom drama movies. War Hunt. Released 1962, directed by Dennis Sanders. Clearing. Released 2004, directed by Pieter Jan Brugmore. The Clearing. 30 of 97, the best movies about kidnapping. 42 of 84, the best Helen Mirren movies. 59 of 88, the best Willem Dafoe movies. Quiz Show. Released 1994, directed by Robert Redford. More Quiz Show. 95 of 275, the best movies based on true stories. 44 of 50, the best Oscar-nominated movies of the 90s. 114 of 132, the best films directed by famous actors. Tell Them Willie Boy Is Here. Released 1969, directed by Abraham Polanski. The Chase. Released 1966, directed by Arthur Penn. Havana. Released 1990, directed by Sidney Pollack. Pete's Dragon. Released 2016, directed by David Lowery. Downhill Racer. Released 1969, directed by Michael Ritchie. A Bridge Too Far. Released 1977, directed by Richard Attenborough. Bridge, Too Far 8 of 374, the 50-plus best war movies ever made. Ranked 214 of 553, the greatest epic movies ever made. 81 of 553, the best 70s movies. The Last Castle. Released 2001, directed by Rod Morey. Inside Daisy Clover. Released 1965, directed by Robert Mulligan. The Great Waldo Pepper. Released 1975, directed by George Roy Hill. The Great Waldo Pepper. 10 of 111, the best aviation movies. 22 of 104, the best Susan Sarandon movies. 55 of 89, the best airplane movies. Up Close and Personal. Released 1996, directed by John Abnett. More Close and Personal. 32 of 55, the best biopics about women. 29 of 44, the best movies about business women. Ordinary People. Released 1980, directed by Robert Redford. Spy Game. Released 2001, directed by Tony Scott. Moore. Spy Game. 7 of 89, the greatest movies about CIA agents and operatives. 6 of 35, the best movies about agents and operatives. 425 of 723, the greatest action movies of all time. Sneakers. Released 1992, directed by Phil Alden Robinson. Lions for Lambs. Released 2007, directed by Robert Redford. This property is condemned. Released 1966, directed by Sidney Pollack. Out of Africa. Released 1985, directed by Sidney Pollack. More Out of Africa. 23 of 1189, every Oscar-winning film ever. 102 of 836, greatest chick flicks ever made. 261 of 553, the greatest epic movies ever made. Candidate. Released 1972, directed by Michael Ritchie. More The Candidate. 162 of 553, the best 70s movies. 25 of 62, the funniest movies about politics. 412 of 456, the most quotable movies of all time. All Is Lost. Released 2013, directed by J. Shandor. A Horse Whisperer. Released 1998, directed by Robert Redford. More The Horse Whisperer. 481 to 557, the greatest film scores of all time. 22 of 45, the best country movies. Ranked 39 of 92, the best movies directed by the star. Brubaker. Released 1980, directed by Stuart Rosenberg. More Brubaker. 490 of 522, the greatest movies of the 1980s. Ranked 56 of 101, the best Nicolas Cage movies. 32 of 114, the best prison movies. A River Runs Through It. Released 1992, directed by Robert Redford. More A River Runs Through It. 107 of 369. The best movies based on books. 32 of 47. The best historical movies from the 90s. Electric Horseman. Released 1979, directed by Sidney Pollack. More The Electric Horseman. 324 of 399. The best Western movies ever made. 213 of 261. The best ensemble movies. 118 of 175. The best comedy movies of the 1970s. The Great Gatsby. Released 1974, directed by Jack Clayton. An Unfinished Life. Released 2005, directed by Classe. More An Unfinished Life. 70 of 97. The best Southern movies. 39 of 55. The best Morgan Freeman movies. 136 of 179. The best family drama movies of all time. The Way We Were. Released 1973, directed by Sidney Pollack. Barefoot in the Park. Released 1967, directed by Gene Saks. More Barefoot in the Park. 52 of 84. The best movies based on plays. 69 of 176. The best movies of the 60s. 537 of 1137. The absolute funniest movies of all time. The Natural. Released 1984, directed by Barry Levinson. Or The Natural. 651 of 1540. The most rewatchable movies. 177 of 277. The top tearjerker movies that make men cry. 30 of 145. The most inspirational sports movies. All the President's Men. Released 1976, directed by Alan J. Pakula. 3 Days of the Condor. Released 1975, directed by Sidney Pollack. More 3 Days of the Condor. 13 of 49. The very best movies about hackers. 138 of 242. The best psychological thrillers of all time. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Released 1969, directed by George Roy Hill. More Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. 332 of 355. The best rainy day movies. 14 of 275. The best movies based on true stories. Jeremiah Johnson. Released 1972, directed by Sidney Pollack. The Sting. Released 1973, directed by George Roy Hill.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.